Paul, Tommy Milone had already had a pretty good month of July. This one kind of took things to the next level. What impressed you the most with what he did tonight to get you this first win against Detroit?
Well, I think we talked about before the game how he seems to be making some adjustments to enable himself to hang around games longer. He's had a little trouble once the hitters have seen him a couple of times. But tonight he seemed to have a nice mix. He threw enough strikes. I thought, in the middle of the game, he started getting behind some guys, but, he got it back together and stayed aggressive for the most part. Only a couple times throughout the game where I was, starting to monitor him a little bit more closely. The 5-run seventh really kind of made it easier to decide as far as how far to let him go. A little different if you got a 2 or 3 run game. So, he walked the leadoff guy leading off the bottom of the 7th, and after the long half inning, I was a little concerned about that. And Castellanos' line went out, and Upton hits one to the deepest part of the park, but he held it together and had a good 8th inning, so decided to put him back out there. It was just a good night for him. That's a good lineup over there, and he found a way to mix and match and use all his pitches and get deep in the game.
Offensively speaking, it looked like we might see another 1-0 ball game, but you guys did break things open in the 7th. Did you take a big sigh of relief there?
We talked about Sanchez and his history against us. He's been tough. And tonight was no different. I mean, I don't end up with 10 strikeouts or whatever it was. We couldn't muster very much. Nooney did a nice job of getting the run in with the sacrifice fly, and we got him a little bit up there in the pitch count, and we were able to get a hit and a walk to lead off there to start the inning, and they had to make a change. Rondon's no easy task, but Nunez had a great at-bat. Those are 2 huge runs, and he stole the base. Joe followed up with another good at-bat, and he fought one off into center. And then Doze, who he's been fighting a little bit, he found, I guess he needed a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, whatever it was, to get him going. So, good game all around. We had a little hiccup in the outfield there and a ball in between out in right field, but other than that, it was a pretty clean game for us.
Molly, were your conversations like with Malone after the 8th? Were you pretty sure that he was going to be able to go out tonight?
With the score again, if he was good, he was going back out. I think he was mid-90s, upper 90s, whatever it was. I felt comfortable. Pitch count wasn't really an issue. It was a nice night to pitch, so I was going to give him a chance there to see if he could finish it off. They ran into a little bit of trouble there, a couple hits, and Martinez snuck that one down the line. And I wanted him to face Castellanos, so I thought that was still a good matchup, and then we went ahead and brought in Kinsler.
About what Kinsler gave you there? I mean, you could have had pandemonium.
Yeah, well, Upton had a nice at bat. Take a two-strike sinker the other way. And then Aviles had a couple of swings that weren't too good, but he fought one off and got it off the plate. And Kurt made a nice play, just couldn't quite finish it. So it got a little more interesting than we were hoping, given the 6-run cushion, but. He did a nice job. We saw one slider for the strikeout on McCann, and then he made some nice pitches there to finish off Iglesias.
Did last July at home against them pop into your mind at any point when you had the big comeback?
No, you mentioned it. Yeah, that triggers it, but that was in our favor. I think that coming out of the break and having trouble offensively to have a good night and I have it come to tie and run up to the plate there. It gets your attention pretty fast, but he made some